That's my jam right there, everybody. And we're trying to go live on Instagram, and it took 18 clicks. And we're finally live on Instagram, too. Oh, so exciting, Instagram, you pain in the butt. Hey, welcome, everybody. It is
the first day of summer.
It is. It's episode 65 of the Share Den podcast.
We're as old as you.
I'm Denny. Yes, we are. Yes. No, I'm 66.
Oh.
Monday will be 66. This is Sharon, in case you didn't know.
Peace out.
And we're here to hopefully be a distraction and entertainment for you on this glorious, soon to be very, very hot day.
Gosh, it already is. You walk upstairs and it's just like assaulting.
Noodle in the face. Has anybody been hit in the face with a noodle before? Don't answer that. Anyway, summer officially comes in at 10:42 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
So tomorrow will be the first official day, but today is the longest day of the year.
Okay.
And the good news is we got a heat wave coming.
And I don't think any rain until Tuesday. But man, we sure made up for it the other night.
Yeah, we sure did, man. It was, that was crazy. But it was good though, because Wednesday night we had the kids over. We had a delayed Father's Day cookout, and it was great because it stopped raining. I fired up the grill, got everything done. And we had a nice meal. Then we played euchre, and the boys finally won.
Well, Olivia and I won the first round. Let's just put that out there.
Yeah, you guys smoked me and Josh last time we played.
I kept getting nines. What, 3 hands in a row? I got 3 nines.
Yeah, but you went for a loner one time, and didn't you get it?
Well, I had 3 kings then.
Okay, but I'm just saying.
No, I didn't. No, because I had 1 heart. And I called a loner in all clubs. And what does Josh do? He leads and he puts down the stinking ace of hearts.
Yeah. Gotcha. I love that.
Nah,
anyway.
I love doing it to others. I don't love it when they do it to me.
Well, of course not. No, you don't. Anyway, it's summertime. And with that storm, man, our tornado siren went off. And
it was freaky.
There was, I guess there was a couple touchdowns in Michigan, not around, I guess it was up by Detroit, maybe, I think. Anyway, so the next day, you and I are out walking.
Yeah. Well, did you see the pictures like on social media of Detroit that looked like Gotham City?
Yeah.
And then Sandusky and Cedar Point, people were there and they had the lot and driving across that Causeway Bridge because they closed Cedar Point down.
Yeah. Well,
they were evacuating, I guess.
Yeah. It was crazy.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. So we were on a walk.
Yep. We were on our walk and Sharon found this. Tell the story.
Well, the nest was upside down, but I could tell it was a nest. And so I plopped it over with my foot and look at the perfectly like inlay of that grass in the dirt. And I mean, how do birds build that is what I want to know.
Where do they get their training? Who trains birds to be able to
the generation before them?
No, the architecture of that bird's nest was unbelievable.
I know.
It's like, God is amazing. You know, birds don't go to school.
Nope.
They don't go to building school, how to build a nest school. No, they just know. They just instinct. And then the way they put the mud around it.
Yeah.
How did they get the mud up there? In their beak?
Yeah, with their
gotta
mouth.
Be, but that's gotta take how many?
Well, we have a robin's nest right outside our kitchen window on the eave.
I'm getting it out of there.
No, you're not. It is a perfect. Now, why would you move a perfectly fine? Is it bothering you?
Yes.
You didn't even know it was there until just now.
It's not paying rent. Anyway, look at that. So we put the egg back in there, Sharon did.
Now, there were 2 eggs. One was broken. One was not. And as a mom, I mean, I know it's too late probably.
As Mama Bird.
But I put it in there and then I had put it up in the crook of the tree. But when you joined me on the walk, I had you put it up higher. And it's still there, you said.
It is. So there you go. I know we touched
it. Squirrel's going to have scrambled eggs.
Yeah. Put our cooties on it. I'm sure it's not going to make it, but we did our part. Okay.
Yeah.
There you go. All right. Trivia question.
Wait. And then today.
Today.
Going out to the trash.
Uh-huh.
Look what I found laying underneath our front tree.
What?
You talk about, again.
A bee's nest.
It's a little beginning of a hornet's nest. Look at that. That is like paper mache. It's the best paper mache ever.
That is amazing.
I could not make paper mache like that in art class.
How do they make that? Who taught these bees?
They chew it in their mouth.
Ew.
Well,
anyway.
Oh my gosh.
Okay,
seriously?
so here's the thing.
But look how
I can't get rid of the robin's nest, but I can get rid of a hornet's nest.
well, no, you didn't have to. The wind did it for
Why
you.
is that? Why is it the hornets get a bad rap, but the birds don't touch them?
Because the hornets can sting you.
When was the last time you were stung by a bee?
And people are allergic to bees. They're not allergic to birds.
You're
they
not.
hate birds. They're not allergic to bees.
You're not allergic to bees. I'm not allergic to bees.
How do you know I'm not?
Because have you ever been stung before?
I guess you would know.
Have you ever been stung before? Yes. Did you swell up and I have to take you to emergency and they EpiPen you? No.
I think it was before I knew you.
It was in your hand. You got stung in your hand. Anyway, I've been stung a number of times. Anyway, if you want, I'll sting you later. Anywho, there you go. So there's our bird's nest and, well, a new one that I didn't know about. All right, trivia question. Then we got to, of course, give our sponsor his props.
Yep.
Trivia. Did Toto get paid in the classic The Wizard of Oz? I'm going to say yes.
Okay.
I don't think it was a lot, but I think he got paid.
Do not look the answer up, people.
Yeah,
Just
no
take a stab.
cheating, cheaters. Just it's an easy one. It's yes or no, and there's no prize. So anyway, all right. Sponsor time. Who signed up for July? Our longest running sponsor, John Castillo. Thank you, Johnny boy. And he signed up for July. So we got a great thing going, Johnny. Let's keep it rolling.
We got a thing
going on. Let's see.
Toto got 2.
What does that mean?
Toto 2? You need to watch the movie again.
No, I get it now.
Sherry's saying
You're
yes.
in your little
Amy's
dog, too.
guessing yes. Terry is guessing yes.
I'm saying yes. Sherry from McCraver says, happy family, happy Friday.
Yeah.
For Greg, tornado in Utica.
Yeah.
A lot of flooding near my sister's place. Yeah. I think there is one in Macomb, too. Hello, Nurse Terry. All right, what do we got? Speaking of the storms on Wednesday, part of the roof of the Kroger gas station was ripped off. Huh. Scary. All right. Did Toto get paid in the classic The Wizard of Oz? Yes. $125 a week.
$125 a week.
I mean, back then, that's big money.
So just to kind of put it in perspective.
It's probably what? Like a couple thousand today?
Well, he was 6. He was actually abandoned by her birth parents. She was a terrier. She was 6 years old when the movie was created in 1939. She was rescued by Carl Spitz.
Spitz?
He had his own Hollywood dog training school.
Okay.
His technique used silent hand signals, which gave him an edge over everyone else, the other trainers, because they had to vocally call out their commands. I mean, could you imagine making a movie and saying, sit?
Yeah.
You know? Anyways, so Terry, Toto, was in 1934 Ready for Love, and then with Shirley Temple in the movie Bright Eyes, and then got Toto in 1939, where he made $125 a week. Judy Garland made $500 a week.
Wow.
Which came out to about $11,000 for 22 weeks. So, I mean, that's equivalent like $250,000 or something now. But the Tin Man, the Lion, and the Scarecrow, they all got paid $3,000 a week. Judy got $500. because she was a teenager.
Yep.
She was a no
name.
right?
Yeah.
And Ray Bolger, of course, they were on Broadway and
Right.
already movies and stuff
Right.
like that.
Well,
so
that's kind of how it goes.
Yep.
So did they talk about Toto after when he was down on his luck and ended up in rehab and like 4 or 5 failed marriages and he went bankrupt? No? Okay.
What? Who are you?
The dog, Toto,
I know.
became a big star. Then
No, he
lost
was
it
out
all.
saving birds and nests and beehives.
Lost it all. Got hit by a
That's what
car.
He did not.
Yep.
Oh my God.
Chasing them damn cars. Don't chase those cars. Chase them. Boom. There you go. All right. There's your trivia.
Yep.
What do we have next? Sharon has a Kroger story. She went to Kroger today.
Well, hold on a minute. Aren't we going to talk about?
I'm just following the agenda.
I
We
know,
can
but
do
we
whatever.
Didn't
Last
have
night,
this. Yeah.
Last night we had a delicious dinner. Was invited out as a thank you from Jamie Paxton right there.
Mm-hmm.
And she invited me and Sharon out as a thank you.
It's the first time ever. Now, I mean, I've been going to disco parties. I figured it out over 30 years.
Okay.
Missed maybe 3. 1, we were down in Atlanta. You flew up for that one.
Right.
2, I had the flu, and that was at the dance party because I've been to all the dance parties too.
Yep.
And then the disco party. But I have never known the nonprofit to ever come back to you and take you out to dinner as a thank you, which I thought was so sweet of Jamie.
And that's why Jamie Paxton is awesome. And that's why Little Blessings is where you should put your charitable giving, people, because they are amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And thank you, Jamie. It was delicious dinner. And we just kind of did a recap of, what we could do better if it's a big if, if there's any more parties, just a couple of things to make it go smoother. Cause that was Jamie's first one. So she's just a good soul and a good human being. And I just adore her.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go.
She's very
Thank
sweet.
you, Jamie.
And she brought me flowers. I mean, look at that.
Flowers
Gorgeous.
that Shem is probably Dash is probably going to eat and then puke all over the carpet.
Eric on Instagram is saying Toto died from asbestos because the snow scene used was asbestos fibers.
Super Cooch?
Yeah.
Of course Super Cooch would know that. You're a giant nerd.
Why is that nerdy? That's kind of a cool fun fact.
Okay. Hurry up and get better, Cooch. I want to golf.
You call all your friends nerds. What does that make you?
Head of the nerds. King nerd.
Nerd lover.
I am a nerd lover.
Nerd
I love
lover,
Cooch.
don't you walk on by.
I mean, summer has not been...
Who sings it?
My golf season is not as good as years past because Cooch isn't playing. He brings out my best. And he's not playing because of his shoulder.
You just told me John Hills brought out your best.
John Hills does. I played my best round one of my best rounds of the year. When did we play? Tuesday. So thank you, Johnny Hills.
Yeah. Because he's like a scratch. Wasn't he a scratch golfer or he is a scratch golfer?
We tied on Tuesday, me and him. Of course, he's playing the back tees and I wasn't because John's an awesome golfer.
Well, he grew up on golf because his dad is
Arthur
the architect.
Hills, come on.
Right.
One of the premier golf architects in the history of golf.
Mm-hmm.
Hello.
Yeah.
Anyway, John is a good dude.
Yep.
Love John and Michelle.
Mm-hmm.
All right. What do we got? You got your Kroger story?
Mm-hmm. There's my gardenias.
Okay. Look at that.
It's my favorite shrub.
She's showing off.
Well, no, because
all right, write that down because hold on. That could be a trivia question for a t-shirt.
Listen.
Sharon's favorite flower. Write it down.
Tuberose is actually my favorite because the fragrance of those. But the gardenias I've never had luck with because they're a tropical hot, plant. But when I worked at the zoo, one of the horticultural staff, Dale, he would always clip one and bring it to me in my office and just have me float it. And the entire office, it smelled so beautiful. So
Dale.
I bought one at Lowe's this year, planted it.
Mm-hmm.
And by golly, if it's not blooming the buds.
By golly.
So
it's not her favorite flower, so don't write it down.
No, it is.
Which is it?
I love the tuberose and the gardenia.
And the guy who brought it to you, did he have ulterior motives?
No, trust.
Okay, just saying. By the way, you're going to show everybody you're wearing a skirt today? I haven't seen you.
Are you?
I'm not wearing a skirt. If I was, I'd show you all day. I'm wearing shorts. I always wear shorts.
You're not even wearing shorts, people.
Yes, I am. I haven't seen you in a skirt in years. What's going on? You got issues?
Do I have to have have a reason. It's hot out there, man.
Okay.
Anyway, Kroger.
Okay.
So I go to Kroger.
All right. She went to Kroger to pick up our supplies for the weekend to the tune of $128 because I got the notice.
I know, but I had a bunch of coupons.
Thank you. Coupons.
Although the biggie I left at home because I thought, I'm not going to hit $120.
She
and
did.
I did. And self-checkout besides. Anyway, so I was in the produce section and I could hear these two people talking rather loudly, and they're like, they're walking and talking, and they're talking about getaway, a vacation or whatever, a trip. And I look up and it's these older people, like probably late 70s. No, probably late 70s.
Okay.
And he was like, "Oh, are you? Oh, that would be great. Oh, that's fabulous." So whatever. She goes, "I have someone I'm going with." And I was like, "Ooh." So she's like, "Talk to you later," whatever. She like scoots off from him, and he turns and he looks at me, and we make eye contact, and I'm like, "Oh, heck no." And I like, push my cart away. I come back from the home chef area.
Right.
He's now talking to another older woman over over the tomatoes.
So this dude uses Kroger produce to hit on older babes.
I think so.
Eddie Lee's is closed, so you can't meet up at Eddie Lee's anymore. So maybe Kroger produce.
I mean, that woman, she shut him down. I already got someone I'm going with, and she just was like, "Talk to you later." I'm like, oh my gosh, he was inviting himself.
That's wild. That's crazy.
Anyway.
All right, where are we? There we go. All right, some comments. What do we got? My sister's saying something about being a nerd. My sister, Mary, I'm looking forward to coming up. Being a nerd is not a negative anymore. It's an honor. That's why Denny likes to hang out with smart nerds. That's true. Yeah. Me and Josh coming up. When are we coming up? Monday, the 30th, I think it is. I'll call you. We'll work it all out.
Hey, Lynn.
Weird Al.
Look at the sunflower, and it's planted around cottonwood trees.
That is
nice. I can tell by the bark.
There you go. Hello, Lynn.
Yes.
Happy summer solstice. Make sure you put on extra deodorant this week.
Yep.
I already put it on twice today.
Okay. All right. So today's topic is, would you rather?
Yeah, already. Would you rather? We're going to go back and forth between
Gen
you and
X
I.
Bluer. Yep. You can go first.
All right. I looked up questions. Would you rather questions tailored?
You looked them up?
Yes.
You didn't just come up with your own?
No, because all mine would be dirty and perverted, and you wouldn't like them. So I went to the internet. Here we go.
Because they're clean on here, I'm sure.
Would you rather have a chance to meet your teenage crush or your favorite 80s, 90s musician? Which may be one and the same.
I know. I was going to say it's the same.
What's it? What is it?
I would, what if they're dead?
Okay, let's not overthink it. It's just a little silly, little fun game.
Do I get to meet him when I was a teenager?
Yes. Let's just say that.
Okay.
Let's go with that.
Sean Cassidy came to the forefront of my mind, but Andy Gibb.
What about when did your love for Michael Jackson start?
I'm fake.
That's what I'm saying. Or meet your 80s, 90s musician, which is Michael, you were going to marry.
Well, I was in the newspaper because of him.
She had pictures of him all over her bedroom, and her parents are like freaking out.
Well, I had Donnie and Marie too.
Okay. So which is it?
Well, oh gosh, yeah, it would have to be Michael.
So meet your 80s, 90s musician. Okay.
Okay.
There you go. Hey, by the way, if you have any questions for us, would you rather put them in the comments? We'll answer them. Unless it's Lodo Joe and he's being too perverted. Just saying.
Making up his own questions like you. Okay. If you were to fall into a pit, would you rather fall into a pit of snakes or a pit of spiders?
Spiders.
And big spiders.
Spiders.
Tarantulas.
Spiders.
Ah.
I hate snakes. I'm like Indiana Jones, man. Snakes are just because you can kill spiders, okay? But you ain't killing snakes.
Dude, do you remember watching the one crawling over the Ring camera?
I know.
Remember we were watching the news? They kept playing it over and over
and
over.
You were freaking out.
And they were reversing it.
I know. You were freaking out. Why do they keep doing that? Why do they keep showing the spider? Because she hates spiders. Spiders don't bother me.
That thing had remember the spider in Louisiana?
Yes.
So you
do you have a
seriously-
picture of that spider?
No, we do, but I don't have it with me. Wow.
That is the only spider that's ever freaked me out. But what did I do?
Okay.
I went and got my shoes on and I killed it. And then I went right back to bed.
So
Didn't
the
keep me
pit-
awake.
Okay, so the pit had all those spiders.
That's fine. I'll take those over snakes every day.
Oh my God,
Snakes.
you're crazy.
Okay, but I don't have a
You're nerdy.
whatever. I don't, snakes can't do it. All right, you ready?
Wait.
What? Comments? Oh, we got a would you rather.
Oh, wait. Sherry, she's always working.
Would
in the
you
morning
rather
show.
go back to a morning show as a guest or host? A guest, because as host, I'd have to be there really early in the morning. As a guest, I could probably do it from home over the internet from my house.
Yeah.
I could just be a guest. Be a guest. Yeah, there you go.
Lori's going to see Sean in November.
Wait a minute. Sean Cassidy is still
He
touring?
is on tour now again, and I've seen some videos.
He's
I'm
still
like,
alive?
Yes, of course he is.
Wow.
And he's looking more like his mom, Shirley Jones, as he ages.
All right, I got to look up Sean Cassidy tour.
Come on, everybody, get
Cassidy
down,
tour.
get with it. I keep seeing that video over again, and I'm like, some things were better left in
He
the
doesn't
70s.
look that. He's the same age as me.
I know, but look at.
He doesn't look bad.
No, he doesn't. But that's how I expect him
Well,
to look.
yeah, you can't. Nobody looks like
I have that vinyl upstairs, by the way.
And then this dude and I are the same age. Look at him. He looks good. And you're bashing him. Basher. Are you following him on Instagram? He's on Instagram.
I am, and I keep getting the official Sean Cassidy to message me and stuff. It's like, really?
Oh, he's going to be 67 this year because he was born in 58. But it doesn't say anything about a tour.
No, he's playing. He sits at the piano. He sings. Oh yeah.
Does he really?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That's because it didn't completely spell tour. Well, maybe if he comes to what does he do? Go to the casinos and stuff?
I don't
Sean
know.
Cassidy tickets.
Lori, where are you going to see him?
Sean Cassidy tickets 2025. Stop with that. He is in Shipshewana, Indiana on November 11th. We're going.
You're not going.
It's a Tuesday. Why wouldn't you want to go?
He was my heartthrob back in the day.
I
but
know,
now he's
so
got the old man warble, probably.
Fake fan right there. You don't know that. You don't know that. Wow. And then he's in Columbus, Ohio on the 15th.
Mm-mm.
Akron, Ohio on the 16th.
No. It's like all these 80-year-olds in the screaming and raising their hands.
Okay.
Women my age and older.
I just did a disco party. I wasn't warbling. I was getting it done.
Singing.
I
You're
rapped.
playing.
I did Rappers Delight.
Yeah, but who can really have a warble when you're rapping?
Anyway, I'm a little surprised.
It's my turn?
Yes. No, I think it's mine. Didn't you? What was the last question? I think it's my turn. It's my turn.
Okay.
Would you rather have a job that pays you well, you don't like that job, or a job you love that doesn't pay much at all?
B.
Really?
I've done it my whole life. I've always worked for nonprofits.
Okay.
I loved working at City Fest. The zoo was the best ever. I worked at the Convention and Visitors Bureau. That was always that was good years. I worked for the Radisson Hotel, the Sheraton Hotel. Those were good.
Yeah.
Those weren't nonprofits, obviously, but
your best job ever was that owning your own business? And don't say being a mom.
No, I'm not. I would say I loved having my own business and staging. But the zoo, those years were some of the best of my life. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
I don't know which radio job was my favorite. They've all been pretty good, especially now.
You really loved KISS, but you loved going over to SPD. You loved the afternoons. I
did love afternoons on SPD.
Mm-hmm.
I did. That was cool because I would golf in the morning and then I would come in to the station by like noon and show prep for 3 hours.
You were
Man.
overlooking the river.
Oh,
And
it was awesome.
No, it was,
It was
yeah.
awesome.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm glad I left before it all came crumbling down. Just saying. Okay. All right, more comments. What do we got?
Lori is saying
November
Cincinnati.
14th, Cincinnati, Ludlow Garage.
Okay.
Come on, Sharon, let's go. I think that would be a blast, but whatever. At those concerts, interesting to watch the people come in and go down the stairs, bad hips, knees, etc. That's funny. Come on, Rick. I'm surprised you don't have a would you rather question for us.
Okay, here's mine for you. If you could be an opening act,
Okay.
similar to what you did for Glenn Beck in the Stranahan.
And for Howie Mandel. I opened up for Howie Mandel in the 80s.
If you could open up, would you rather open up for Robin Williams or Jim Carrey? Let me tell you something.
I would probably say Robin Williams.
Why?
Only because Robin Williams was so amazing at stand-up. I mean, I know Jim Carrey was too. He was really good, but probably Robin Williams. He was in a league all by himself. The way his mind worked, and yes, I know he had a troubled spirit and all that other stuff, but man, that dude, his mind was just, I mean, Jim Carrey too, but I think Robin Williams.
Okay.
I do. Yes, I did stand up before, and never again, because it's really hard. So there you go. All right. Would you rather have the ability to time travel to the past or future to change a decision you made?
Would I rather go back
In time
or go forward?
or go forward?
How would go forward?
I guess you can't change
it?
one in
Yeah.
the future, but I guess,
Hmm.
how about go back in time to change a decision, or would you like a glimpse and
the
go to the
future?
future?
Ooh. Boy, oh boy.
It's a good one.
I know. I think I would go the future.
I think I might too. Why? Just to see how it all ends.
Yeah. Just to see.
Well, my next question kind of ties into that. So.
Just to see if everything will be okay.
So would you rather, my next question, I'm just going to do it. I'm rolling. Would you rather know the exact date of your death or how you're going to die?
Wow. I watched a movie like this. It was a movie I recommended to people on Netflix that I watched.
What's it called?
I can't think of the name of it.
I knew you didn't know. That's why I asked. Because
someone watched it. Someone watched it and she agreed.
You're catching me you're catching my senior moments.
Well, I've told you a long time ago. I thought I had set on. Anyway, what was the question again?
How would you rather know the exact date of your death or how you will die?
I would say how. How I'm going to die.
But there's nothing you can do to change it. That's how you're going to die. What if it's something horrible?
Well,
what if it's a plane crash?
Yeah.
Then you never get on a plane.
Well, no.
But then it turns out that the plane just falls out of the sky and kills you in your house. While you're feeding the cats. While you're emptying litter. Cat litter. You're emptying cat litter and a plane drops on our house and kills you. And it's not even that you were in a plane. Just saying. All right, your turn.
Yeah. Okay. Would you rather have an oceanfront condo or a lake house?
Oceanfront condo.
Over a lake house.
Oh, yeah. Oceanfront, because you got the beach to walk in the mornings, baby. Woo, all along that ocean. Lake house would be nice, but no, beachfront. Beachfront. Wouldn't you?
Probably. Yeah, I think I would. It depends on the lake house and the lake.
Because
if I could get a place at Farwell, which is where we vacation every year, because it's got that aqua clear, natural lake water, gorgeous.
Right.
Because there's just something for me, probably all the vacations, that smell of that fresh lake water, and then the lapping of the boat on the water.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's
relaxing.
Literally, it's like better than a massage to me. It just like the stress and everything falls off. I love it. But yeah, I mean, the ocean, But the insurance is probably cheaper on the lake house.
Probably, but the lake house will have all that upkeep. Where a condo on the beach, you don't have the upkeep. Lake house, you got to mow the lawn. You got to deal with all that.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Okay.
All
right. Hold on here.
What do we got?
Oh my gosh.
It's not that hot out, but when I stand still, I leave a puddle.
Okay.
All right, Low Dojo. Would you rather marry Susie or Trish? Trish. Oh, wait. Is that for Sharon? I think that was for Sharon.
Yeah. Great hips.
I have great hips. Ask my husband.
Yeah.
LOL, Lori.
That's funny. She'll be shaking it at Sean
She
Cassidy.
will. I would go back and make the opposite choices of the ones I made. Really?
Yeah.
We got some regrets going today there, LDJ?
He's regretting tuning in this podcast.
Yeah, there you go. Would you rather go to Hawaii
Yes.
or in a cabin in the woods for a vacation? Okay. I think normally most people go Hawaii, but is the cabin in the woods, where is it? Is it like up in the mountains?
No, you just
Cabin
it's
in the
one or the
woods.
other. It's not that deep.
No, I think it is.
No.
Is the cabin in the woods in Yellowstone?
If the word Hawaii is in any sentence, the answer is always Hawaii.
Yeah, but there's a lot of people that go to Hawaii that end up hating it because, it depends if you don't go to the right place. If you just go to Honolulu, that's a big city. You're at a major city.
I just like to go, fly around in the airplane I'm going to die in.
I want to go to Hawaii on a cruise ship.
I know.
That's what I want to do.
Guess who's turning 60 next year?
Who?
Lakes got beaches.
Lakes got beaches, but they don't have ocean beaches where you can walk forever.
Is he saying lakes got beaches or lakes got beaches?
I don't know. Beaches are everywhere, dude. Or ladies.
Okay.
Whatever.
Is it my turn?
Low Dojo. Yes.
Okay. Would you rather come back as a dog or a cat?
Boy. If I had to come back as one.
He's thinking.
Probably a dog. Because dogs get to go places. They get to travel in the car. They get to go to the park. They get to, go on family vacations. Cats, well, let's just say at, I don't know, what time did you get up today? 4:30 when I was screaming like a madman through my CPAP mask because Shem was outside the door waking us up because he wants to get in the bedroom and we trying to break him of that. And man, I was mad as a hornet's nest today. That hornet's nest, that was me.
Was it?
Well, I haven't gotten good sleep all week because of it, because he starts meowing at like 3:30 and it's just, I'm like, dude, this ain't working for me. I was about ready to put him in the garage. What about putting him in the garage?
Are you keeping with the would you rather? Because this
No.
sounds like would you rather go down a rabbit trail?
I went down a rabbit trail. I would rather be a dog than a cat because dogs are awesome.
Okay, so Lori and Eric are saying the same thing. First of all, Eric said been to Hawaii twice, cabin in the woods all day, he said. And cat, 9 lives, baby. And then Lori just said cat because I'll get 9 lives.
Okay. Oh, my sister Mary. Hawaii is a very long flight. Okay.
Okay.
Well, it's 4 hours.
It's a longer drive.
4 hours from Detroit, then another 4 hours? But
maybe. Yep.
Okay.
So, let's see here. Hawaii was one and done, too much water in the 5-hour flight.
All right, Sherry. All right. Ooh, another would you rather from Nurse Terry. Would you rather live where you can experience the 4 seasons or live in a place where the weather is always warm and don't have all 4 seasons?
Yes.
All right, you go first.
Well, my choice would be Atlanta, really, because Atlanta, fall starts like in
November,
September. No, I mean, the trees start changing and all that up here, but we still have the warmer temperatures.
Right.
And fall is literally the month of October, November. And then winter down there is December, January.
And February
And then
starts getting nice.
Yep, springtime is February. So you get the 4 seasons, but on a very limited time.
Yep.
So
as long as I don't have to drive in the traffic, I'd live in Atlanta all day long. And who knows? Maybe that's where God's going to move us someday. But
we can't afford it now.
You don't know what God has planned. You never know.
All right. Is it my turn?
Yes.
Okay. Would you?
Actually, I think it's mine.
No. Didn't you just ask me?
No.
Oh my gosh. Welcome to
All right. You ask.
Senior
Go.
Influencer.
Go.
Would you rather spend one day in heaven or in hell?
Oh my gosh. Who would want to spend one day in hell? What kind of psycho are you? You mean that's all I ever get?
One day. You get to go one day. God
Then I
says you
come
can.
back.
Yep. And then you come
And
back.
then you come back.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, heaven by a mile. Am I going to be tortured in hell?
Just answer the question.
Well, because I'm thinking if I go to hell, because I'm not, because Jesus is my Lord and Savior from May of 1999, May 17th. Thank you, my sister Mary, who God used. I don't know. That's a hard one. Maybe I would want to go as long as I wasn't going to be tortured and the gnashing of teeth, which I'm going to say hell. Then I can come back and warn people. Can I take my phone and take pictures?
No phones in hell.
All right.
I would
What about
say,
you?
I've always said hell.
Why?
Because I know that I'm confident of where I'm going.
Right.
But I would want to come. I think I would rather, if I know I'm coming back, see what's going on down there, to come back and tell people.
I'd go down there and see who's down there. Like people I know. Just saying. Okay. All right.
Oh, lots of people are saying heaven. Lori,
Oceanfront, Hawaii, and heaven. Thank you, Lori.
Kelly's saying heaven.
Hey, Kelly, Marie.
Look at all these good people.
They
Terry's
are definitely
heavenly.
heaven.
Yep.
I loved Hawaii, the best, most memorable trip ever.
Torture in hell. They put you back on morning show.
Yeah. And what did he say? Are you going to only use carts? Use carts instead of back when the music used to be on carts and all the commercials. That's funny, Rick.
All right.
All right. Well, would you rather have a perfect memory or the ability to forget anything at will? Perfect memory, forget anything at will.
Well, I forget a lot without my will.
No, I'm talking about something. Do you just want to forget it and it never, ever comes back? Or do you want to have a perfect memory where you remember everything?
I think I'd rather have the perfect memory.
Not me.
Well, I think we're both kind of living that out right now anyway.
Well, we are.
No.
Anyway.
Why wouldn't you want the perfect memory?
Because then you can never, ever forget stuff. You know what I mean? And there's some things God doesn't want you to remember because he doesn't remember everything. I mean, he does, but he remembers your sins no more. I don't know. Anyway, it's just a silly game. All right. What else you got?
I want you to come up with one question on your own. Work on that while I'm giving you your next one. Okay.
Okay. There's no.
Okay.
You're not the program director.
Really, I thought you told me I was once. If you could spend one day right now with either your mom or your dad or Michael, who would it be?
Michael.
One day.
Michael. Sorry, Mary. Why do you ask that question?
That's the first one I had.
That's a hard one, man.
I know. That's one you're not going to find on the internet, people.
That's why I didn't come up with my own.
Is that your excuse?
I mean, that's a hard one, man. Because Michael's been gone how many years now?
Well, we were in Louisiana.
Thank you for that.
I just like people to see you cry.
Oh. You're mean. You are mean.
Would you rather see Denny cry?
Anyway, Michael was my nephew that had a gun accident and he died. I don't even remember where it was, when it was. I know we're in Louisiana. Ron called me and told me while I was driving home from work, and it was horrible. Yeah. Anyway, and hopefully my sister Mary, stopped watching the podcast.
I'm sure she loves when people talk about Michael's memory. Okay. That's not a bad thing.
All right, I have a question for you.
Hold on. Kelly says perfect memory. Lori wants perfect memory. Terry wants perfect memory. LDJ purgatory.
There is no purgatory. It's made up. It's a lie. Stop that. The whole purgatory thing is a business move.
Lori says he forgot. Yes, you forgot his program director. He said those words. I'm
Yeah,
pretty
I did.
positive.
I did.
Okay.
All right, I got one for you.
Uh-oh, here it comes.
Would
Payback.
you rather be able to spend one day with Jack, Nancy, or your niece, Catherine?
Boy, where'd you come up with that question?
You said to come up with one. There it is. Because you lost your niece. She was only,
She was 16.
Yeah, she was
And that
16.
was,
Michael was at least in his 20s.
1993. I would say Catherine only because she was so young, you know. I mean, I got every minute up to the last with mom and dad, so I don't have any regrets there. I don't I don't have any regrets with Catherine, but I think just because she has been gone the longest, taken from us so soon, if I could have a day, it would most likely be with her.
Yeah.
Because then I have my brother-in-law, Walt, too.
Yeah. I could have thrown him in there too, but no reaction. Now I can't stop thinking about Michael and everything I missed.
Read one of your posed questions for me. Oh, wait, I have another one for you.
Okay, go.
If you could choose one interview, who would you choose? Donald Trump, George W. Bush. Well, Trump because he's the most hated, beloved man on this planet. George W. because of 9/11, really. Or Obama because he was the first black president. Which one would you choose?
Well, I've already interviewed Donald Trump. So I interviewed him when I was in Atlanta when he came. And the first 10 minutes, all we talked about was hair care products.
I know, but he was president.
I don't care.
I'm talking as president.
No, I wouldn't interview him. Boy, I don't know. That would be a great golf foursome. Me and those three dudes, because they all play golf. I don't know. It'd be close between probably George W. only because of how he turned his life around through his Christian faith, of how he was out of control and drinking and all that other stuff, and how the Lord touched his heart. Probably W.
Before he became president?
Yeah. But Obama would also be that would be, I'd love to interview him. But anyway.
All right. See, your sister's chiming in.
Michael in heaven, 11 and a half years.
Yep.
11. Listen, all the Lions game I've missed going to him with it. All those rounds of golf. He'd have been married by now and a dad. I mean, it's like, oh.
Yep. 23.
And his sense of humor. That kid.
And the small world of it is when he passed away, my brother and sister-in-law, who had lost Catherine in 93, made a donation in Catherine's name to Michael. Like, because they have a tree, they have a scholarship and all of that at, I think, Northview High School. But they, and so whenever someone passes away, they actually make a donation. And I just thought, that is a small world. Your nephew, my niece, you know?
It is.
Yeah. Olivia, what's popping?
She's watching on Instagram.
What's your would you rather question, Missy? Okay, I have another one.
Okay, go.
Would you rather be able to golf all day or watch golf all day from the comfort of your home?
I'd rather golf all day. To actually play golf?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'd rather play.
What if it was a day like yesterday, rainy and gross?
Well, then it's no good. I wouldn't be playing. But no, I'd rather play golf than watch it on TV.
Okay.
So.
Oh my God.
What? Is it Olivia? Lodo Joe?
No, it's Olivia.
What's
I
your
am
question?
not reading your question.
Text it to me, Olivia. I'll read it.
Would you rather eat pee or poo?
Pee.
I would rather eat the freeze-dried poo to help my gut.
Well, is it good?
Is it good?
Yeah.
I don't know. You read the story. You did the story.
No, is the poo you're eating good, but you don't eat.
They only freeze-dry good poo for your gut health.
Right, but Olivia's not saying that. She's saying, what would you rather eat, pee or poo? This is a 20.
This is his daughter.
Soon to be 24 years old.
She's going to be 65 doing this.
It's because she has a good sense of humor. Anyway. All right. What else do we have?
Is
We
that
got to
it?
wrap this
Yes,
puppy
it's
up. I mean,
44
I had
minutes,
other
dude.
ones, but none of them were,
Yeah.
now that you got me all
Oh
flustered.
my gosh. Rick.
Would you rather golf at St. Andrews or Pebble Beach? St. Andrews.
Or
St. Andrews.
What about Acadia Bluff?
St. Andrews.
Is that where the Masters are? Where's the Masters?
The British Open is at St. Andrews, has been many
Oh.
times. Augusta?
Yeah, but what about
No.
Ireland? Ireland.
Well, St. Andrews is Scotland. So I'm right over there. I'll wing it. I'll zip over to Ireland because I know people and I have a place to stay. So I'm getting there at one point. Don't know when, but whatever. All right. By the way, Olivia,
would you rather see Denny take me to Italy or Hawaii for my 60th people? There's the would you rather question.
would you rather have
No.
Denny pay
No.
for you to
You don't
go?
get to rather.
I don't want to.
No, you don't get to rather. I'm asking the people.
I don't want to go to either one of those places.
It's not your birthday. It's mine.
And you can go with somebody who really wants
This
to go.
is why I never get to travel.
That is not true.
Unless it's a golf weekend.
That is not true. Listen, we are working out a weekend or a week long where you're going down to Atlanta to love on some family and friends down there. That's already happening. You're going somewhere.
That's not a vacation. It's helping somebody out.
You're being the hands and feet of the Lord.
I know.
That's a
And I
vacation.
am excited and happy to do that. That's not Sharon's 60th birthday. And besides that, Olivia and Josh want to go.
Okay, you three go. I'll stay home with our diabetic cat. You guys go.
Terry says Hawaii. Lori says both. Yeah.
I'm trying to think of a would you rather for you about me, but all I can think of is if you could change one thing about me, what would it be?
Oh,
But
look,
that's
our
not-
time is up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, the program director's shutting the Den Man down.
Oh.
Would you rather me be more irritable or I can't think of would you rather.
Yeah.
Whatever.
All right.
We're done. Monday.
Monday.
Yes. Your favorite things of summer. Summertime. Favorite songs of summer, favorite foods of summer, favorite vacation of summer, favorite thing that you just love about summer. It's going to be all about summer on Monday because it's going to be getting hot in here starting tomorrow in the 90s, Sunday in the 90s, and Monday, I think it's still in the 90s, isn't it? We're supposed to have 90s like.
Denny went and got his meteorologist degree in the last few days, in case you didn't know.
We got a heat blanket on us, people. A
Getting
heat blanket.
slapped in the face with a wet noodle.
Yeah. I'm going to have to shift my golf to playing at 7 a.m. before it gets too hot, which I can do. We'll see. Anyway, thank you, John Castillo, for sponsoring today and
We
for
doing
the
a funny video?
month of July. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I just didn't want to give John extra love.
Yeah.
All right. Funny video time.
Real funny. This is
And I gotta have lunch.
This is so true in our house right here.
Had so much fun. Thanks for the ride.
Text us when you get home. How did you?
Okay.
You were looking at something. You
So-
missed. You
Had
missed.
so much fun. Thanks for the ride.
Text us when you get home. How did you?
She's already in bed. Yeah. Changed, got drinks going and snacks.
Pajama pants. Yep.
That's
right there.
funny.
Yep.
That's really funny.
Anyway.
Good stuff.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, John. Thank you, everybody that played along, and have an awesome weekend. Stay
We'll
cool.
see everybody on Monday. Oh.
No, don't leave
Well-
studio. Hit that.